Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Sipping Wealth Live, where I bring you news, tips, and tricks on how to wealth up. So, we are back with another topic, an amazing topic that I want to make sure that I put the information out there for you all. First, for those of you that are tuned in, go ahead and make sure you hit that share button so that your friends, families, loved ones can go ahead and wealth up with us. And also make sure that you are commenting, you are engaging on the post. If you have any questions, you can just go ahead and drop them in the comment section as well. Or if you just want to say, hey, girl, drop that in the comment section as well. All right, yeah, I'm going to jump right in for those that are rewatching or just watching now and just like hungry for this information, y'all. Okay, so today I am going over like financial forecasting and just planning in general for the uncertainty of the economy because y'all know a lot's going on. It's election year. You know, people are like, oh, we don't even know what the future may hold. Inflation's ridiculous. What else? People are losing their jobs. Employers are finding hard times employing people, whatever the case may be. It's just a lot going on. So I want to make sure that I provide some tips on just planning and forecasting so that we can plan for a successful and amazing future and kind of, keep an eye out for certain things. All right, for starters, the first thing that you kind of want to do is to understand the economic indicators. So, and when I say that is to understand, okay, what are those things that are going to give us some insight into how things are going or how things are going to go in the future? Maybe in the past, things, the past tend to kind of repeat itself with a little pizzazz to it, So if you can use past trends for prediction and planning in the future events, we should go ahead and take advantage of that. So economic indicators are like your GDP growth, unemployment rates, inflation. Unemployment rates and inflation is something that, even as an average American, you are able to kind of get an idea of that. It's a quick look. I know when that is unemployment rates is a quick little research. Inflation, you can feel the inflation, but also actually looking at the numbers when it comes to inflation as well. And that can help with predicting kind of like the economic trends and where we're pivoting to, or what there is to expect, or if an event like this kind of happened in the past, what happened from there, what industries started to boom or what industries started to pivot and churn after an event like this or an event similar to that. So that's a good way of kind of like making sure you educate yourself on those things, looking those up and looking at past unemployment rates, inflation rates, GDP growth or lack thereof growth, and just kind of keeping an eye on that, but also doing a comparison between the two, so it can give you an idea of what does our future look like. All right. The next thing is, like I said, using historical data. I already hinted at this, making sure that we're looking at those past performances to identify certain trends or patterns, because like I said, the past could tell us a whole lot about the future. Things tend to, especially when it comes to economic trends, tend to happen again with a little pizzazz, a little twist, change to it. But looking at past performances, historical data could definitely give us an idea of future projections, because that's essentially what all we have to go off of as well. All we have is the present and the past. So we, based on that information, we're going to do the best I can to make the proper predictions. Yes, you have those out there that are, your gurus or your people that are going to be talking about economic changes and give their opinions, things like that. But these are things that you kind of look up and look at for yourself. Regular updates. So there is, we're in an information heavy, central, like, kind of industry, like day and age, excuse me. We're in an information heavy day and age. We are constantly consuming information, whether it's through social media, whether it's through engagement with interactions with individuals, but heavy on the social media piece, whether it's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We're constantly consuming information. So, with that, subscribing and also receive the information and updates from more factual sources. So meaning, so if you're looking at, maybe tax law, tax changes, maybe not completely relying on a video that you see online, but going and checking out the IRS website. Hey, I seen this. Let me go and pop it in there to see if it's actually true. Or this person's just yapping. So making sure that we're tuned in to these regular updates, we're maybe a part of their newsletters, things like that, whatever source that you want to use, whether it's the irs.gov, whether it's, news channels, things like that. Just depending on where you want to receive your information. Maybe it's Yahoo News. They have a newsletter and things like that you can subscribe to. But whatever the case may be, just make sure that it's a knowledgeable, respectful, trustworthy source. All right. Market research, of course, making sure that you are informed before you go and make your forecast projections on, I should invest my money. A lot of people come up to me or in conversation with me and they're telling me, hey, I want to start investing, or hey, where's somewhere good that I could put my money into, or hey, like, what is the future hold, or how do I start? I want to retire by the age of 45, by the time I'm 45. How do I get there? Understanding the market trends and doing your market research is going to help you with making those predictions and making those decisions, because now hey, based on these historical trends, or based on my research, this is where I feel more driven to invest my money into, because I understand it. There is a lower risk threshold because I have more understanding on that topic. So making sure that you do your research and integrate technology, y'all. Technology is out here. I did a live a couple of weeks ago talking specifically on financial technology trends, things, softwares, integrations, things like that are changing how we interact and how we predict future events, how we forecast, how we look at financial events, how we structure our finances, investments, all that. Including something as small as our phones, having our mini computers, in a sense, tapping into that technology, integrate different softwares within it. So depending on what you're wanting to do, if you need more guidance and things like that, I have a network of individuals that are specialized in their industries that'll be able to assist. If it's tax and accounting related, strategic tax accountants gotcha. But yes, but integrate. Don't negate integrating your technology or softwares to improve just the efficiency of it all. You don't have to do pen and paper and everything like that to everything. Or worry about losing data, or man, I have to get this from my email to here, and I have to type it all in there. There's a lot of ways on just downloading an Excel file, uploading it somewhere else, something as quickly as that. But don't negate integrating technology. Of course, the other is cash flow management. So figuring out how liquid you need to be moving forward in the future. So figuring out your debt to income ratio and how liquid you are. So if there were a crazy event that you feel like based on trends is going to happen, then you want to make sure that you're more liquid. I know a lot of investors, I'm not saying, hey, go liquid right now. A lot of people did offload quite a bit of property last year due to just a shift in the economy. So I know quite a bit of investors, they were just selling off their portfolios last year, things like that. So that was something that they saw that they needed to go ahead and do, and they need to go ahead and liquidate their portfolio so that they have more cash on hand and less debt. So something, for example, like that. But just looking at your cash flow management, seeing, hey, what is my liquidity, or should I be more liquid, or is it okay to invest more and take advantage of the rates, or but with doing your research and understanding this will help you with making those decisions. And stress testing your plan. Hey, if this were to particularly happen, am I ready for this? If this event were going to happen, if Biden gets reelected and this bill passed, what does that look like for me? If Trump gets elected and this passed, what does that look like for me? So stress testing our financial plans. So, or if I were to lose my job today because of the shift in industry and technology and everything, what would that look like for me? So different things like this, stress testing your current situation. Hey, if interest rates were to go up 5%, an additional 5%, am I ready for that? Or am I going to end up needing a loan in less than 90 days? Maybe I should go ahead and take cover for this, like different things like that. So stress testing your financial plans, getting your financial advisor or accountant, just your team involved in those decisions so that you can make sure that you're making the best decision for yourself and how you envision your future. All right. Collaborate with different individuals. Like I said, your accountant, your lawyer, your financial advisor. If you're in business, then your marketing department, your sales department, getting their view on, hey, it, different trends that they see that are happening in the marketing arena. So you want to make sure that you understand, like, hey, speak to your marketing person. Hey, what are some trends and things like that you've noticed? Hey, I'm going to speak to my operations manager or personnel. Hey, what are things that you've noticed? And I'm going to put them, or what are things that you've noticed in the past that or things that we didn't use in the past that we could probably implement now, or things that we need to implement. So collaborate with different individuals, and different, if you're an individual that have different people working for you, or a business owner that have different people working for you, make sure that you're engaging each individual and getting their perspective, because that could add more insight into the different areas of the business and also the market trends overall, as well as customer insight. So you can either do it as simple as asking for customer feedback, or just paying attention to customer behaviors. So taking that data from, hey, how is my processes? Is this effective? Is it efficient? Are my clients or customers um, integrating well to this? Are they loving this? Is this a fluid, streamlined process for them? Or do I need to shift the way I'm marketing to them or tailoring to them? Or is this even my target audience? The current customers that they're so unhappy because this is I'm catering to this particular market, and they're technically not my niche. So do I have to make a shift in my sales approach, my marketing approach? Just looking at different analytics. That's going to be your heavy thing. Looking at different trends, things that you've seen that shifted, or different, because people will give you feedback, and you can see how customers and clients engage. You just have to open your eyes to it. Looking at short term versus long term, when you're doing strategic planning, things like that. Take a look at your competitors. Competitors are going to definitely give you a good idea of, hey, what are the different strategies, things like that they're implementing. Even on a larger, maybe you're a business owner and you're looking at a company that's a bit larger than you, and you saw they're hitting the ground running with a particular campaign. Maybe really looking at it from a different eye and thinking, hey, what's the reason why they're putting this campaign out? Is it something that a lot of people are worried about these days, like the like body positivity? I know that uh who was it, Fashion Nova, came out with a body positivity campaign, and people were like, whoa, it didn't get the best feedback. Or when Beyonce came out with her hair care line, and people were like, wait, like, Beyonce, we haven't seen your hair since Kingdom Come. Like, we don't trust your product. And she heard the people. And what did she do? She came out, she was like, all right, I'm gonna show y'all my hair. I'm gonna show you all how I use my product. And people were like, okay, now that we see how her numbers different from that, her sales and things like that, we don't have that complete insight, but we can see that they listen to the feedback of their clientele. People are So your customer is going to voice their concerns, and also communicate clearly to your customers exactly what the expectation is. That's important as well, and what your processes look like, because that can weed out a lot of questions, a lot of um, just unfamiliar territory, a lot of negative feedback. Maybe people don't understand, just making sure that everything's clearly communicated. All right, y'all. So if y'all do have any questions, things like that, make sure that you go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section, and I'll get to it. And I will see y'all next week for another episode of Sipping Wealth Live, y'all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have an amazing, awesome Tuesday.